Okay, good afternoon, dear children. Uh, Today we are going to continue with what we finished. We are currently doing this lesson, third level, so we'll continue from there, uh, from this page. See, now the writer said that uh, he has purchased two tickets for Galesburg from the third level. So third level, as I told you, the psychological travel. It's a mind travel. So he, but I have never again found the Grand Central Station, although I have tried often enough. Okay, so then he came out of the thing because what happened, when in the Grand Central Station on in the third level, when he went to the ticket counter, what happened? He wanted to buy two tickets for his wife and himself, but what happened at the ticket counter? The ticket counter in charge did not, was very much annoyed at him because the kind of currency that he gave was not working at that time. Okay, so he should give the old style currency, right? So and then what happened then, out of fear for the in charge at the ticket counter, he came out of the third level, and then he said, I have never again found the corridor that leads to the third level. It means he has his psychological journey to the third level from the second floor of the Central has come to an end now, right? So he's saying, I have never again found the corridor that leads to the third level at Grand Central Station, although I have tried often enough. Louisa was pretty worried. Louisa was pretty worried when I told her all this, and did not want me to look for the third level anymore. Louisa was pretty worried when I told her all this, and did not want me to look for the third level anymore. Um, and after a while, I stopped. I went back to my stamps. Now, another hobby that he was having was stamp collecting. So he was looking for the stamps that were there in his house. But now we are both looking every weekend because now we have proved that the third level is still there. My friend Sam disappeared. Sam disappeared after that. Nobody knew where, but I sort of suspected because Sam is a city boy, and I used to tell him about Galesburg, right? So, um, so the writer is suspecting might be Sam has gone to Galesburg. The narrator says that he went to school there, and he always said he liked the sound of the place, and that's where he is. All right, in 1894. Now you see, because one night fussing with my stamp collection, I found. Well, do you know what a first day cover is? Do you know what a first day cover is? When a Now the writer is giving us some information about what a first day cover. It is related to stamp collection actually. Okay, um, so like as I told you, the narrator was having the hobby of stamp collection. Okay, and his grandfather also used to collect stamp. So there are some old stamps also in his house. Now the writer will give us some information about what a first day cover is all about. What a first day cover is all about. So the writer says, when a new stamp is issued, stamp collectors buy. When a new stamp is issued, stamp collectors buy some some and use them to mail envelopes to themselves on the very first day of sale, and the postmark proves the date. The envelope is called the first day cover. They are never opened. You just put blank paper in the envelope. So what is a first day cover? The that contains the first day stamp, because stamps are issued, okay, like you might be knowing ki, stamps are required for sending the letter from one place to another. People hardly visit nowadays, of course, of your age, you hardly go to post office, but in the post office stamps are available if you want to send some document to some other place. So nowadays there is courier service also available, but those who send through the Indian Postal Service, they go to the post office and buy stamps. So, for example, for ordinary document, 5 rupees stamp is required, right? Or and for a heavy document, 10, 20 rupees according to the weight of the envelope, they charge you money. So that is when stamp comes into play, right? So here, what is a first day cover? First day cover is when a stamp is issued, that stamp is affixed on the envelope, okay, and the person who wants to collect that stamp will send this envelope on his own address. Okay, why he sends the envelope, and a blank paper is also kept inside the envelope. Okay, and then suppose I want to collect the stamp, so I should buy the stamp, and I'll also take one envelope. Inside the envelope, I'll keep a blank page, and then I shall affix the stamp over there over the envelope and write my own address. It will go to my own address, because it is my hobby for to collect stamps. That is why I shall do it on the very day of the launch of the of any stamp, for example. So that envelope which contains the stamp on the very day of the launch of the stamp, uh, this envelope is called the first day cover, right? uh, so why is the process done in this manner? It is done because on the stamp there is some on the stamp, what is that called, stamp, there is some seal, and that seal will be a proof for the date of the launch of that particular stamp. So that is why first day cover was very much involved among those people who loved collecting stamps, right? So that is what is first day cover all about, right? Okay. Next, let us continue with the next thing. You see here, that night, among my oldest first day covers, I found one that shouldn't have been there. That night, among my oldest first day covers, I found one that shouldn't have been there. But there it was. Okay, but there it was. So, what was that? It was there because someone had mailed it to my grandfather. Okay, so he was, because his grandfather was also in the habit of collecting stamp. That is why, as his grandfather was in the habit of collecting stamps, that is why there is a collection of stamps in his residence, in his house. Okay, that is why he could, while rummaging through the first day covers, okay, in the stamp collection, he could accidentally get some get one first day cover, okay, but it was I found one, okay, it was there because someone had mailed it to my grandfather at his home in Galesburg. That is what the address on the envelope said, and it had been there since July 18, 1894. The postmark showed that, okay, the postmark showed that, right? Yet I did not remember it at all. The stamp was a 6 cent, dull brown with a picture of President Garfield. Naturally, when the envelope came to Grandad in the mail, it went right into his collection and stayed there till I took it out and opened it. The paper inside wasn't blank, and that paper was not blank. That was having something. Okay, so many many happy days of the day, dear sir. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. After some time, you keep it with you. Then I keep it in my bag, and also that you give me income tax वाला ना आपने collect किया था वो भी रखो. Okay, you give it to me today, okay? Because this weekend I have to fill up. Uh, okay, dear students. You see, so that first day cover, as I told you, normally the envelope used to come with blank paper, but the first day cover that the narrator came across does not contain a blank paper. It contains a letter inside it. So what is this all about? Let's find out. It's not a blank paper. Let's see what is written there. Um, Charlie, it is addressed to Charlie. I got to wishing that you were right. Then I got to believing you were right. And Charlie, it's true. I found the third level. I've been here 2 weeks, and right now, down the street at the dailies, someone is playing a piano, and they are all out on the front porch singing Nelly Home. And I'm invited over for Lemon Day. Come on back, Charlie and Louisa. Mm, keep looking till you find the third level. It's worth it, believe me. Okay, so it's written by the first day cover. It's all in mind actually, as I told you. So the first day cover that he came across is written actually uh, by here Sam, his psychiatrist friend, who went missing. He has also experienced third level, okay, like the narrator did. Okay, because when the narrator explained everything to Charlie, his psychiatrist friend, he also started going there. Okay, somehow he has also experienced the third level. Okay, so that is what is inside the envelope. At the stamp coin store I go to, I found out that Sam bought $800 worth of old style currency. That ought to set him up in a nice little hay, feed and grain business. He always said that's what he really wished he could do, and he certainly can't go back to his old business. Not in Galesburg, Illinois in 1894. His old business. Why? Sam was my psychiatrist. Okay, so Sam was his psychiatrist friend, and this is how the story comes to an end. So here you see, let me see how many students now. Only 10 students are there. It seems only 10. Not there in the peak 9, and now it's 10 students. Only 10. Only 10 students. That is very bad. Hmm. How many students are there in class 10? 12. It is 56 students. I spent so many days in evaluating your papers. Do you know? So many days I took. Uh, so anyway, dear students, the paper inside wasn't blank. Okay. So following what was written, it is addressed to the authors. Sanders' address is of Illinois, written on July 18, 1894. Okay, what he has written. Hope you are all right there. I started believing that you were correct. I found the third level. I am here since last 2 weeks in a street called Delhi's. Someone is playing a piano. Everybody is on the side of a road and singing a song, Sing Nelly Home. I have been invited for lemon juice party, Charlie and Lucia. You should come here. Keep searching. Means he has. The letter is signed by Sam, his friend of the author, as you know. So what is happening here? Um, Sam, his friend, has also experienced the third level like the narrator, because when the narrator was describing his experience to his psychiatrist friend also might have been lost in the thought or in the fictional world of the third level, and in the process, he has also experienced in his mind travel the third level, right? So, and then the writer says, I went to the stamp and coin store. I found that Sam had purchased $800 of old currency, right? This money was sufficient, of course, to start a business of hay. मतलब food for hay means hay feed means food for animals. Okay, so this money was sufficient to start a business of hay feed. Hay feed means food for animals and grain business. He always wanted to do this business. In 1894 at Galesburg, there was no possibility of starting his previous business of being a psychiatrist, though Sam was my psychiatrist, okay, my psychiatrist friend, okay. But as he has traveled back, he has traveled back, as he has gone past in 1894, and in 1894 there was no profession like psychiatrist profession, so he had to start this hay feed business, okay, if he wanted to stay in Galesburg of 1894. So his friend has lost himself in at Galesburg in 1894, right? So both the friends have traveled, gone for the time travel. Okay, so as you can see here, from the letter you can understand the content part. From the letter you can understand the content part, right? First the letter. Okay, so first the letter which Sam has written to Charlie, right? He has gone to the third level. From there, he has traveled to Galesburg, okay, which the narrator could not go to Galesburg because the ticket collector became very angry with him. So, dear students, it's basically, as I told you, it's a time travel. Okay, both the friends underwent time travel, right? And they were both experiencing that particular thing, and why it was a fashion for the people to go for time travel. Why? Because they wanted to escape from the reality. What was the tendency was to escape from the tendency, escape from the pungent reality of life. And the third level here refers to the medium of escape from the present into the past. It is a psychological adventure for Charlie, for whom it is an escape from the current day worries, anxieties, and tensions, right? And then here, third level is a psychological adventure. In reality, does not exist. His friend Sam refers to it as a waking dream wish fulfillment only. Therefore, there is no possibility for Charlie to ever go back to the ticket counter on the third level to buy tickets for himself and his wife. It is something like, dear students, like when you go to bed, sometimes we sees a dream, and an incident, the event that comes takes place in the dream is something that never comes to us when our dream breaks. Okay, when we becomes awake. Okay, when we become awake, that dream incident that also disappears along with the breaking of the dream. So that is similar to the psychological travel or the mind travel, you can say. Now that he has come back to reality, now he cannot think of the third level anymore. He cannot go to the ticket counter and from there Galesburg. Okay, so time travel, concept of time travel is introduced by the writer in order, number one, as I told you, to help the protagonist or the main character of the story to avoid the everyday tension of life, and secondly, in order to compare the lifestyle of the previous time, the previous generation, or you can say lifestyle of 100 years back with the lifestyle of today. So, in order to draw a comparison between the long past and the contemporary world, the writer also sometimes makes use of time travel. Okay, so as to draw a comparison, so as to justify some statements as well. So that is the reason as to why the characters go for the time travel. Okay. So anyway, here you can see it was at level medium of escape for Charlie, right? And now the question is, Sam's letter to Charlie. What does it indicate? Okay, what does Sam's letter to Charlie indicate? That we'll discuss tomorrow. This question, like what does Sam's letter actually indicate, right? So Sam himself liked the place and endorsed the fact that third level exists. Understood. So I shall discuss more about the metaphorical meaning of the third level tomorrow in some detail. Okay, and then we shall switch over to something else. Right. So, dear students, it's time we let's wind up our thing today, and as you know that our syllabus has been split up in two terms. Therefore, we have almost completed our syllabus. Okay, almost completed, except for some writing skill, say business letter, official letter, and letters to editor. Right. So, except for these few things, like as I can tell you from here, like see, in the term one, we have letter to editor uh, and article writing. Okay, only letter to editor we are having, and article writing. So after third level discussion is over, we shall uh, start with article writing. I'll just describe how to write articles, what things are required to write a beautiful article, and then we shall start revising revising all the lessons that we have already completed. Okay, because our syllabus is going to be over after we complete the writing skill topic, that is article writing. So after article writing and notice writing, after these two topics, our syllabus is going to be over for the for the first term, right? And from literature, you are going to have only 18 marks, only 1 8 marks from literature, only 1 8 marks. Okay, and then 14 marks from reading, 8 marks from writing, and from literature you are going to have only 18 marks, a total of 40 marks exam you are going to have, right? And 10 mark ASL, that is uh, assessment of speaking and listening, right? So dear students, let's wind up today. We shall meet tomorrow. Okay, bye bye, take care and have a great day. Please do text me P if you are here. It shows around 15 students are here now. Around 15 students are visible here. Okay, Mona, thank you. Arya, Singh, Alma, Tanvi, Sadvika, Pravash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we shall have some further insightful discussion on this topic, the third level, tomorrow. Whatever I have not discussed till today from this lesson, I shall discuss in further detail tomorrow. Some HOTS based questions and some general questions also, right? So, dear students, thank you so much. Bye bye. Okay. Okay, Harshit Chaitanya, please be regular, both of you. Okay, let's wind up.